or malicious. You can watch us live on these platforms: Apple, Roku, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us live on OGTV website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. Email can be sent to info@ogtv.com.ng. Now, details. The federal government has reiterated commitment to growing the micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises as catalyst to economic transformation of the nation. Vice President Kashim Shettima stated this while addressing stakeholders at the second expanded National MSMEs Clinic held in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, arrived at the June 12 Cultural Center for the expanded National MSME Clinic in company of the Ogun State Governor, Prince Abeokuta, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, Minister of State for Environment, Dr. Ishaq Salako, and National Assembly members. Senator Shettima expressed his delight to initiate various landmark projects geared towards the development of small and medium-scale enterprises as he announced various packages by the federal government to support the initiative of the state government.
This remarkable patient initiative, which we commissioned a few hours ago, facilitated by our private sector partners, is complemented by the commissioning of the revitalized Agire market in Asero. I hereby announce that His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed that almost 200 new stores within this market be granted free of charge to small business traders for a period of 1 year, and each of them should enjoy a grant of 100,000 naira each, courtesy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We want to celebrate you for your support to our students. I want to thank you most sincerely.
Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, highlighted the importance of SME to the government as a catalyst for job creation.
To grow the Nigerian economy is not the large companies, it's what you are doing. Artisans, tailors, market women, repairs, employment is created. The economy grows. People have jobs.
Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta restated the policy of the Ogun State government to provide a grant of 500,000 naira to support 2,000 small and medium-scale enterprises, 100,000 naira to support 10,000 small and medium-scale enterprises, and 50,000 naira loan 5,000 market women in the state.
This administration has launched the SME Industrial Land Acquisition Scheme called SILAS. It's going to be a 1,000 hectare industrial land with baseline infrastructure such as power and other facilities. The SME Park is aimed at providing industrial land to SMEs at way below market rates, with many incentives through industrial land ownership.
Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Ogun State, Adebola Shofela, thanked the Vice President for the choice of the state at this time. There were good messages from regulators, financial institutions, and other stakeholders who were unanimous that the event is another opportunity to re-energize the economy through the participation of players from the grassroots. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
In a related development, Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta has commended the Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima for his dedication to the enhancement of medium-scale macro enterprises, MSMEs in the country. Governor Abeokuta made the commendation at the commissioning of the modern Adire shared facility at the Adire International Market, Ashiro Abeokuta, by the Vice President. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganyu reports.
is to establish modern and shared facility at the international market.
That was the commissioning of modern Adire shared facility at the international market in Asheru, Abeokuta by the Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima. Expectedly, the initiative is another significant improvement of the MSMEs to promote the local fabrics as well as enhance the socio-economic development of the state. Governor Abeokuta informed that the MSME program has become a source of employment generation through the efforts of the federal government by providing the needed equipment.
Under your watch, with a commitment to empower and train and provide equipment for medium, small-scale enterprises around the country. In our case, we chose our Adire marketing men and women because they represent not just our culture and tradition, but the grassroots of the medium, small-scale enterprises.
The governor explained that his government has concentrated on the improvement of Adire production in the state as it represents the grassroots aspect of the MSME program.
The Adire industry was slowly going into extinction because the Asians were coming here, we were taking pictures of our designs. These designs are designs that have been passed from generations to generations. We were taking it to Asia and they were painting it like a paint and bringing it back to Nigeria and underselling the industry.
Dignitaries at the commissioning noted that the initiative is vital to the socio-economic development of the country.
It's a boon to our market women selling our traditional cloth using all modern techniques, including internet. So this is what we want to see more of. The manifesto of the new agenda of Bola Tinubu administration. Agenda of the party. And as a senator representing this place, for me, it's also a validation of the rich culture of the entire people.
Well, the facilities are first of its type, and the size is enormous. As you could see that for years to come, people will still be occupying spaces there, and that will expand the amount of, Adire that we can export. Because unless we export, we can never pay for our imports. That's why it is strategic that government is putting emphasis on this now.
The commissioning was attended by dignitaries including members of the National State Assembly, traditional rulers, government functionaries, and market men and women, among others. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
In a similar vein, over 150 state-of-the-art tailoring equipment worth millions of naira have been inaugurated by the Vice President Kashim Shettima. The project, which is a joint venture between the federal and the Ogun State government, is to explore the opportunities in the fashion industry using vast educational background and exposure of the Ogun State youths. Fura Adeso reports.
The commissioning of Ogun State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Fashion Hub at Kilometer 9, Ajibo Road, Abeokuta, by the Vice President Kashim Shettima was a milestone tailored at exploring vast opportunity in the fashion world with the teeming youth of Ogun State as beneficiaries. Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun insisted that the vocational training will remain a vocal point for the teeming youth in pursuance of his employment drive enshrined in the Ishaya mantra of his administration.
Your Excellency, what you have done by providing us with the array of equipment cannot even be expressed in words. You will see for yourself this dream that you have actualized by empowering Ogun State indigenes and particularly our youth. Know pretty well that we are the education capital of Nigeria, that we are nurturing more students in Ogun State than any other state.
Traditional rulers, including the Alake and paramount ruler of Egba land, Oba Michael Arebu Gbadebo, and representatives of the paramount ruler of Ijebu, Remo and Yewa witnessed the inauguration of the clinic. The clinic will afford small-scale business owners the opportunity of meeting regulatory bodies like the Standard Organization of Nigeria, Corporate Affairs Commission, and Nigerian Export Promotion Council. A guru in fashion industry, Chief Wasiu Taiwo, says the step is apt and well overdue in view of the enormous opportunities in the fashion industry.
I thank God that they are now realizing that clothing is so important for us, and by the grace of God, He has come to donate some of the machines for us for training.
The fashion hub is equipped with monogramming machines, printing machines, heat transfer and branding machines, among others. Adefowura Adesonwu, OGTV News.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun has described former President Olusegun Obasanjo as a leading voice in the quest for political emancipation and good governance. Governor Abiodun stated this during a lecture to mark the 87th birthday of Chief Obasanjo titled Quality Leadership and Inclusive Democracy as Catalyst for Development in a Strive-Reading World at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, OPL Abeokuta, Ogun State Capital. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiu reports.
Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, hosted eminent personalities from all walks of life, including the former President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former President of Ghana, John Mahama, as well as Governor Dakwa Abiodun, all gathered to celebrate a man who has become a world-respected democratic leader, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, for attaining the age of 87. In his welcome address, the chairman of the lecture and former President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, noted that access to justice, quality of elections, and tribalism are some of the factors working against quality leadership in Africa. Jonathan said that there was a need to look at the issues of winner takes it all in politics, noting that when a president is elected, it's not just the president of his party alone, but a president of all.
In that case, going for election it's like you're going for a civil war. It's a matter of do or die. Because you know, if you fail the election, how many people will be injured? So people do everything to win the election. If we are possible to kill, they will kill to win the election. Political scientists need to look at some of these key issues and begin to see how we can modify issue of political leadership in terms of political parties and issues of this winner-take-all mentality in a political dispensation.
Acknowledging Chief Obasanjo for being deeply connected to his roots, Governor Abiodun praised him for being a respected democratic leader globally.
Baba has become a world-respected democratic leader, a detribalized Nigerian, a Pan-African whose passion and vision is for Africa, that is being led by quality leadership for the desired economic development.
While delivering the lecture titled Quality Leadership and Inclusive Democracy as Catalyst for Development in a Strive-Reading World, virtually the former president of Slovenia and the chairman of Club de Madrid, Danilo Turk, said the club is currently involved in establishing a body that will look at the fighting corruption around the world. He said that the club will not get tired in its quest to ensure that democracy succeeds around the world, adding that it is important that the people are given a choice as democracy should be beyond the elites in any country. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
In another celebration, the 80th birthday of Alhaja Ramat Adibisi Salako, mother of the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Naimat Salako Udele, was held in grand style. The event, held at the Whitestone Event Center, Ikeja, Lagos, attracted political bigwigs across many states, royal fathers and captains of industries. Elizabeth Esson completes the report.
A celebration of God's grace and benevolence it was, as Alhaja Ramat Adibisi Salako was joined by family, friends and well-wishers at her 80th birthday, celebrated amidst pomp and pageantry. The Whitestone Event Center, Ikeja, played host to dignitaries from all walks of life. Prince Dakwa Abiodun led the state government functionaries, which include the Secretary to the Ogun State Government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi, members of the National Assembly from Ogun State, lawmakers from Ogun State House of Assembly, and top civil servants, including the State Head of Service, Mr. Kolawole Fagbon, all to honor the mother of the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimo Salako Yedele, at 80.
By any measure, Mama has lived a life of impact. She was a loving wife. She's been a doting mother. She has raised wonderful children, and I am a testimonial to that because Mama is the mother of my deputy governor, and I can beat my chest to say I have a wonderful deputy governor.
Some of the daughters and an in-law of Alhaja Ramat at Debisi Salako speak of their mother's love.
Your parent is your friend when you are growing up. By the time you grow up, you won't be friends anymore. So I can assure that when we were growing up, it was not she spoon. She had her nice palm and she had her eyes, you know, that she rolled at you and you know that you are in trouble. But you know, today we are happy, she's happy, and I hope that we too can learn some of that from her.
A constant source of prayers, someone you could look to for guidance, someone you could look to for reassurance that she would calm you down, she would pray for you.
She's a woman of a very strong faith. She's a Muslim, and this is her mantra in life.
She's been a very wonderful woman, very supportive, lovable. Well, I'm not surprised she's a Lagosian. I'm married to an Awori, so it's a very good combination.
A close friend and a relative to the celebrant also shower encomium on her.
That she likes family, you know, that's the quality I like in her, honestly. And she's a prayer warrior.
In fact, our house is just like a second home for me. Because anything that happens to me, all I need is a phone call.
Some of the grandchildren wish their grandmother more years and good health and sound mind.
Every time I spend with her is cherishable. Like, she's really supportive and kind, and she's just such a wonderful person.
Grandma is different. She's always there for us, always available. She's very prayerful. There's no dull moment. She's always making us laugh.
She's an amazing person. She's very kind. She's very loving.
Full of appreciation, the celebrant, Alhaja Ramat at Debisi Salako, speaks of Allah's goodness for the past 80 years.
Great. You can't have that without falls and ups and downs. But I'm happy everything is going very well. At 80, I'm alive and with sound mind.
A devout Muslim and retired public servant, Alhaja Ramat at Debisi Salako, hails from Lagos and married to late Dr. Lateef Akinola Salako from Ota, Ogun State. Elizabeth Eson, OGTV News.
Still ahead of the news, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, opens candidates' nomination portal ahead of Edo Guba polls. Join us for details of this and more after the break. Nice to have you back, and in case you're just joining us, you're watching the major news bulletin for the day on OGTV. Wife of Ogun State Governor Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun has affirmed that the greatest and most profitable investment any organization or government can make is in women, as they are strong pillars and catalysts of progress and development. Mrs. Abiodun affirmed this while calling for more public-private partnerships during a program put together to celebrate the 2024 International Women's Day with the theme Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, as Margaret Okurola reports.
Managers, mentors, team members, and executive members of Board of Management of Faith Foundation and Cheryl Blair Foundation for Women welcoming the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, to a gathering in commemoration of the 2024 International Women's Day for Women Entrepreneurs. Mrs. Abiodun emphasized that Women play a crucial role in the community development as they often take front line in leading initiatives that improves infrastructure, healthcare, and education in their communities.
When women are empowered, they invest in their children's education, leading to higher literacy rates and better health outcomes for future generations. Additionally, women play a crucial role in community development. Funding women-driven programs have the greatest impact on society.
She further called for foreign and national private partnerships to provide enabling environment, safe havens, and soft landing spaces for women.
If we are going to meet the Sustainable Development Goal targets by 2030, I do strongly believe that the greatest investment that any government and any organization can make is in women.
Stakeholders present agreed that investing in women is not just a moral imperative, but a strategic decision that accelerates progress across all sustainable development goals affecting women.
We understand that women have a significant value to our socio-economic development. We believe so much in the power of women to take socio-economic to accelerate progress, but we also understand that there are disadvantages and peculiarities that women face.
Since 2008, our services have supported over 250,000 women in over 100 countries, but over half of these were in Nigeria.
A panel session geared towards intentional mentoring, fostering community spirit among women entrepreneurs, strategic commitment to champion gender equality, and ensure concrete, measurable actions, among others, wrapped up the event. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
Now to food matters. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abeokuta Kyari, has identified smuggling as one of the factors affecting food availability in Nigeria. The minister stated these on Tuesday while addressing members of the House of Representatives at the resumption of the policy debate series at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Also in the Alu chambers of the House were the Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security, Sabi Abdullahi, and Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, among top government officials, unveiled the sectoral debate series, an initiative aimed at improving the constitutional oversight of the executive arm of government. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Customs Service has commenced the sale of seized food items to vulnerable Nigerians to address hunger across the country. The Controller General of the service, Adewale Adeniyi, has said. The Customs boss stated this on Tuesday on the floor of the House of Representatives during the sectoral debate series, which also had in attendance the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abeokuta Kyari. According to Adeniyi, President Bola Tinubu has directed that food directly to vulnerable Nigerians to ease the challenge of hunger in the country. And for Nigeria to attain food security, there is the need for proper pest control on all agricultural produce, both during production and storage. Ogun State Commissioner for Environment, Ola Oresoya, stated this while declaring open a one-day workshop with the theme Modern Pest Management Practice in Environmental Health, put together by the Ogun State Ministry of Environment in conjunction with the Pest Control Association of Nigeria, PECAN. He said until all the stakeholders put their heads together to fashion out acceptable pest control mechanism that will take into consideration cultural and environmental health values, it will be difficult for the country to attain food security as pests attack will continue to have devastating effects on agricultural output, thereby reducing the tonnage of food available.
We need to be able to tell our findings of to support the national goal of food security, so that pests will reduce any form of we can have.
therefore recommended the use of biological pest control instead of the presently popular chemical pest control, which is said have risks inherent in their importation and application. Responding, the national president of PECAN, Olakole Williams, commended the Ogun State government for hosting the workshop, saying it will go a long way in safeguarding public and environmental health, while Dr. Olusegun Ogunyawo, in his presentation titled People and Environment, said the regular collaboration between government, regulatory bodies and associations would ensure improvement and effectiveness of pest control regulations. For effective service delivery, civil and public servants in Ogun State have been enjoined to embrace the new technology order put in place by the Prince Dapo Abiodun's administration. These will not only boost their capacities but also fasten the processes and eliminate stress associated with manual operations, which many of them are conversant with. The State Head of Service, Mr. Kolaole Fagbon, stated this in his goodwill message at a two-day management retreat organized by the Ministry of Environment and her sister agencies, the Ogun State Environmental Protection Agency, OGEPA, the Ogun State Waste Management Authority, OGWMA. The retreat has as the theme, leveraging technological communication and enterprise towards enhanced environmental management and revenue generation in Abeokuta. Represented by the Permanent Secretary, Bureau of Public Service Reforms, Mr. Jola Oyine, the Head of Service added that the use of technology has advanced data storage in various ministries and agencies of government, which has helped in the implementation. Fagbon therefore urged public servants to continue to key into the new technological order, and his office has been able to review the over 20 years service rule and financial order under just 1 year with the aid of technology, which will have operation processes in the service seamless, faster and better.
The world is a changed place. Nobody knew there was going to be COVID-19. Thought everything would end at that point. But of course, because the resilience of man brought us new technology and new innovations, and today we are looking at that. So from what happened during COVID, we should apply this to our work going forward.
Delivering a lecture titled Roadmap and Organogram as part of the retreat, Commissioner for Environment Ola Oresoya set a 10-point agenda as part of the roadmap for the new year, which includes decentralization of its services to various zones of the state through the establishment of zonal offices with clear mandates, publication of Green Book to guide environmental governance in the state, enforcement of environmental laws, improvement on its public awareness strategies, elimination of various forms of environmental pollution, effective flood control mechanism, and improved waste management systems. For the new challenges, as the state government is determined to bequeath the state better environment before its inauguration, adding that to achieve this, changes have been effected in its organogram to meet set goals. 2 lectures on management stress at workplaces and dynamics of water abstraction and environmental governance in Ogun State were delivered by Dr. Jameson Sampson and Professor Adewale Gbadibo as part of the retreat, which had in attendance head of departments, their deputies, as well as unit heads in the environment sector of the state. The objectivity and independence of the auditors are the bedrock of the audit report, hence the need for a legislative framework in the Nigerian financial reporting system. These form the crux of opinions of stakeholders who graced the biennial conference of the Auditor General for local governments in the southwestern part of Nigeria, held at the Metro's residences in Abeokuta. Benga Adekoya reports that the conference was declared open by the Ogun State Accountant General Babatunde Aregbesola.
Annual conference of the Auditors General for local governments in the southwestern part of Nigeria
has as its theme audit independence, panacea for probity and accountability in the local government, and had in attendance stakeholders from all the southwestern states. In his welcome address, the host Auditor General, Mr. Lamidi Mulero, thanked Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun for the transformation of the office of the Auditor General in the state, saying the conference has always been addressing the transparency and accountability in the funds of the southwestern states.
So during a conference like this, we come together not only to brainstorm alone, but we address challenges that are mitigating against accountability and transparency, probity in the management of public funds in the southwest state in the local government.
In his keynote address, Chairman of the conference, Mr. Oluseun Kolapo, who is also the Auditor General for local government in Osun State, called for total independence in the audit business.
Function has been very robust, and the group has been so robust, so intensive, if not because of the convenience and the accommodating atmosphere that we have found ourselves in. So I think we should give the state a very deep round of applause.
There were goodwill messages from some personalities who graced the conference.
And the thing for the conference too is commendable, and they need to do more, because they are about the only set of people that can bring sanity to what is happening in Nigeria nowadays. They have the authority, they are backed by law to do all these things.
The job of auditor is a delicate job, and in the whole world, nobody wants anybody to come and examine his doing or financial transaction. And the law has stated that the auditor should do it, and for you to do it, you have to be meticulous and ensure that you keep all your evidence intact.
The conference later went into technical session where stakeholders deliberated on the way forward.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, on Tuesday said operatives of his service have accepted the democratic system of government that is in place in the country. Lagbaja added that personnel of the Nigerian Army under his leadership are agents of democracy and have no intention to truncate it. His statement comes in the wake of a series of coup allegations against the military. The allegations were fueled by the forceful takeover of power by the military in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic. Despite these allegations, the military has consistently refuted such claims on various occasions. Speaking at a seminar for Nigerian Army officers in Abuja, Lagbaja said that the Army is dedicated to upholding the Constitution. The Army Chief assured that his personnel will continue to carry out their mandates as contained in the Constitution. In another development, the Nigerian Army says that it's neutralized the second-in-command terrorist leader, Abeokuta, in Katsina State. Abeokuta was neutralized along with 3 others in a counter-insurgency operation in the Karfi and Sefada local government areas of Katsina State on Monday, March 4. This was disclosed in a statement issued by the Director of Army Public Relations, Oyema Wachuku, on its X handle on Tuesday, March 5. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, opened the candidates' nomination portal for the September 21 governorship election in Ondo State. Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi, confirmed these in an interview INEC had last weekend and said political parties have from March 4 to 6 p.m. on Sunday, March 24, 2024 to file their nominations. It also asked political parties participating in the Edo governorship election to work within the timeline for the nomination of candidates, saying it will not grant any extension. INEC National Commissioner in charge of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Ulumeko, gave the charge in a statement issued in Abuja. Ulumeko had noted that as provided by the timetable and schedule of activities for the forthcoming off-cycle Edo governorship election, The deadline for the conduct of primaries by political parties expired on February 24, 2024. Dignitaries, including retired head of service, former clerks and permanent secretaries, have showered encomiums on the retired clerk of the head of legislative service of the State House of Assembly, Adedeji Taiwo Adeyemo, describing him as an astute administrator who stood out as a thoroughbred civil servant all through his career in the state civil service. This came to fore at a special plenary held in his honor at the retired clerk presided over by the Speaker Oludaisi Elemide at the Assembly Complex Okemoso, Abeokuta. Correspondent Kolawole Osho covered the session. Details of his report are presented in this package.
Personalities who attended the special plenary, including a former head of service, Elder Shola Adeyemi, former clerk of the House, Muyiwa Adenokpo, and Commissioner 1 in the State House of Assembly Service Commission, Barrister Dapo Odukoya, spoke glowingly of the retiring clerk, Adedeji Taiwo Adeyemo. They recalled that the former clerk was an embodiment of knowledge and uprightness who exhibited diligence, hard work, and expertise in the discharge of his duty, noting that his steadfastness to duty would inspire serving officers in discharging their duties.
A good civil servant, very hardworking, straightforward, no hoodwinking, very thorough in his job.
Speaking in the same vein, member representing Abeokuta North State Constituency, who also doubles as the Deputy Chief Whip of the House, Honorable Batunde Teller, member representing Ikenne State Constituency, Honorable Olakunle Shobukola, and the representative of the management and staff of the State House of Assembly and Director of Information, Mr. Jamiu Lawal, all recounted memories shared with the retiring clerk, saying his wealth of experience in the legislative proceedings, both at the state and among the clerks of the State Houses of Assembly in Nigeria, remained outstanding. They acknowledged his firm belief in the principle of fairness in passing knowledge across to his subordinates, while praying for more rewarding post-retirement period. In his goodwill message, the Speaker, Right Honorable Olemide, revealed that the retired clerk had distinguished himself as a teacher, union leader, and administrator par excellence, whose contributions and expertise in legislative activities in the State House of Assembly in the last 2 decades will continue to make the state a reference point among the Committee of States in the country.
His contributions and expertise in legislative activities in the State House of Assembly in the last 2 decades have continued to make the state a reference point among the Committee of States in the country.
In his response, the retiring clerk appreciated God for the grace to serve humanity through the public service, disclosing that all those he was opportune to work with had impacted him tremendously.
And for that, I have to thank everybody that went across the road, across the path to this very place. So many numerous mentioned. Each and everyone has contributed one way or the other towards the Yewa is today.
Meanwhile, a member representing Yewa North 1 State Constituency, Honorable Adegoke Adeyanju, reported the transition of Kabiesi Oba Ebenezer Olanloye Olu of Igbogila, who joined his ancestors at the age of 96 on 2nd of March 2024 after ruling for 25 years. He said the burial arrangement of the monarch will be announced to the public in due course in consonance with the Ogun State's new Obas Law 2021. After the plenary, the Assembly equally celebrated 5 other members of staff who retired at different times from 2022 till date with presentation of various gifts.
Users of social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, have been logged out of the mediums following an outage around 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday on Facebook. Users were logged out of the platform with a message that reads, "The password that you've entered is incorrect," while on Instagram it returned the message, "Something went wrong. There's an issue and the page could not be loaded." Millions of users reported the outage on X with the hashtag #Instagram shutdown and Facebook and Instagram among the top trends. A visit to the website Down Detector showed many users reporting issues with logging into Facebook, Instagram and Messenger. Both platforms